Hey, everybody. Good morning and welcome to David's Deep Dive. Every week I come at you giving you information that is very relevant and useful to your business and to your life. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. I was trying to get my screen to share. For some reason, I can't get it. Here we go. Where you guys don't want to see a profit and loss statement, do you? Maybe some of you do. Here we go. I think I got you. Present. How's everybody this morning? Good morning. If you're here, please say good morning. Please say good morning. There you go. There's some good people. All right. Got you here. Boom. Sharon. Good morning. All right. Let's get this party started. So today I'm going to share something really cool with you guys. Something about 2022. Now it's a cool number because it rhymes. It sounds good. It sounds like it's going to get better. So if you haven't had the opportunity to attend one of these events, or I haven't had the opportunity to meet you, my name is David A. Perez. I wrote a book called Building Your Own Economy. And that book helped to shape and mold the life that I live today, which is living on my own terms, being the master of my own universe, but more importantly, how to take control of the life that I live. Now, it's very important that everyone here and everyone in the world really understand what the economy that they live in is really made of. And this book teaches you that. So many people believe that economies are financial institutions or financial marketplaces that really control and dictate how we succeed in life, but that's really not the case. In fact, most of our success is directly derived by us. And so in this book, I teach you about the four components: the health, the wealth, the legacy that you're going to build, and the values and principles that you live by. Please get the book if you haven't already got it, davidapettis.com. All right. So planning 2022. How do you plan a year that's upcoming? And this is something that I've been really thinking about for the last 2 months. 2022 is literally 24 days away, and it's going to be here faster than we know it. And honestly, just to be very transparent with you, I don't think that a year should dictate how I live my life. Meaning, I shouldn't just say, well, when January 1 comes around, I'm going to change my whole life. Like, change must take place on a daily basis. This is something that we must change. Like, if you personally know of something that you must change in your life, then the best time to do it is now. You shouldn't wait till January 1. You shouldn't think of next year. You shouldn't think of next week. You shouldn't think of Monday. Most of us would say, well, Monday I will, and then put in an answer there, right? Fill in the blank. And our job every day is really to improve upon the life that we have. Now, if you take that seriously, you do something. And if you don't take it seriously, well, you sit around and you wait. So you have to think about it. Are you serious or are you not serious? Are you committed or are you not committed? And so as we plan for 2022, just remember that just because the year changes doesn't mean life is automatically going to change. And you're going to all of a sudden have all the energy, vitality, discipline, and commitment to make changes in your life. It's not going to happen that way. Things will not fall through in that order because it's just not how it is. It takes time. It takes discipline. If you go outside your home today and you look at a plant or a tree, that plant or tree did not rise from the ground yesterday morning and reach the heights or the blossom or the bloom that it has today. It took years of discipline. It took years of watering and sunshine and weather and storms that hit it in order for it to sustain and grow to the height and the fullness that it is today. So your life is the exact same way. The way we live our lives is going to be full of ups and downs, tops and turns, all these things that we will experience in order for us to get us there. So at 2022, no matter your age, place in life, if you feel like you're in a different or a better place, doesn't really matter. Everything begins new every single day. And so how do we get into a 2022 mindset that's going to take us to the top of wherever it is that you can be? So this morning, I was having a conversation via chat with one of my clients, and we were talking about the current state of where we're at, where he's telling me where he's at, and he's asking me questions. So I'm not trying to profess where I'm at in anything. I'm actually was just sharing with him what he asked me. He said, "How are you feeling today?" Like, he asked me that. I said, "I feel great, and I feel strong." He goes, that's good, man. How else? So I feel confident. I feel revitalized. I feel engaged and energized. And he's just, he's like, yeah, man, that's good. We're pushing, we're pumping, we're doing the good things. And I'm like, yes, sir. Like, that is us. We are going for it. And as we were chatting, it's such a good feeling to hear from other people who are doing good, because he says, yeah, I'm doing great, man. I'm on my path. I'm really focused on these 3 things. And I have a plan. I'm stumbling here, but I know I can get better at that. And so many people don't do that. And when he was sharing these things with me, all I can think of is his commitment. Because again, it all comes down to your commitment, not mine, not anyone else's. It's his own. It's his own commitment to himself. And I think that the reason that he's so committed, and the reason that some can get very committed, is because they're very honest and open with themselves. I think many people in a planning stage are not open. They're not honest. That's probably a big thing, right? Honest is real good. Like, honesty is the best policy, as they said when we were kids. And the most honest you must be is with yourself. And I think he's very honest with himself. I think he looks in the mirror every day and says things that he doesn't like to hear, but he needs to hear them. I think he's the most probably critical and probably abusive person to himself, because that's how I am. I'm very critical of myself. I'm very abusive of myself, and abusive in a good way. I'm not talking about negative. I'm not suicidal and I don't have crazy thoughts, but I do inflict some pain on me every day. I look in the mirror and I tell myself, you're not where you need to be. I look at my bank account and I say, you're not where you need to be. You're lazy, you're slow, you're fat, you're out of shape, you're procrastinating, you don't get the job done, you're not fulfilling on your promises, you're letting people down, you aren't doing the best you can do, right? You're not giving the most attention, you're not sharing the most love, you're not being the best to the world, you're not contributing, you're taking. All of these things are constant and never-ending cycles that I use to talk to myself, to influence myself, to push myself. Like, this is never-ending stuff. So in your planning of 2022, let's get real honest with ourselves. Let's really look in the mirror, man. See, many people don't get on the scale because they don't want to know what it says. Many people don't look at their bank account because they don't want to see what it says. Many people won't do the things that they know will cause them pain. That's why they don't do it. That's why they don't think they're fat. That's why they don't think they're broke. That's why they don't think they're lazy. But if they really looked at it, they would really get a lot of today. All right, so let's go into the planning 2022. First things first, what should you be thinking about? Now, when I think about 2022, I think about, what are the things that I want to do in 2022? That always rhymes. I like it, right? What are the things that I want to be doing? Like, what are the experiences that I want to experience in 2022? So I think of vacations. I think of, well, that's probably a lie. I have not thought about a vacation for 2022. I think about events. I think about places that I want to go or people that I want to connect with. I really don't think about vacations. That's just my mindset. I'm not thinking, oh, I got to take a trip to Disney. Like, that doesn't matter to me. But I definitely know I want to have an event called Tax Growth Con that's going to happen. What should I be thinking about? I should be thinking about that. I should be thinking about my income. What are my income going to look like in 2022? What can I net in 2022? I got to think about my health. Where do I need to be in 2022? And by the way, your income and your health can always get better. You're never going to hit a spot in your life where it's okay and you're comfortable. And if you do, well, just know something. If you ever hit that spot, you're not okay and you're not comfortable, you are out of shape, you're probably broke, and you're not happy. And you'll convince yourself you're happy because somebody else in your life told me you're better than someone else. So don't listen to that stuff. Fall out of that trap. What should you be thinking about? Income, goals, health, things. What do you want to buy? What do you want to get? What do you want to become? Like, these are things I think about every day. Like, for an example, I've been thinking this last few weeks about some real estate deals. I've been thinking about real estate so big. I can't get it out of my mind. I'm thinking we're doing such small things in real estate personally. I'm doing a lot of small things, nothing big. People would think it's big, but it's not that big to me. And I need to be thinking bigger. So I'm thinking, how many units can I get into? Can we get a 50 unit complex? Can we get a 100 unit apartment complex? Can we get 150? How do I make that happen? Can we open, do we have to make it here where I live? Can I do it in Nashville? Can I do it in Scottsdale? Can I do it in Ohio? Can I do it somewhere? I'm thinking big. What should I be thinking about? I'm thinking big. Right? I'm thinking big. When I thought about money, when I think about income, I'm like, should I be thinking about, double my income, tripling my income, 10x my income? And by the way, if you're thinking none of this can happen for you, like what I'm saying, that's fine. You don't have to think like me, but here's what I'll tell you. Don't think that nothing is impossible, because that's where you get limited and that's where you get capped. So here's the thought, right? Don't worry about the how, worry about the why. Screw the how, worry about the why. Because when why becomes super important, the how doesn't really matter. You just do it. When the why is so strong, why you're going to do something is so strong, your how becomes, there's no limit. I'll give you an example for those of you who are parents. If you're a parent today and your child says, I want something. Now, they probably say they want things all the time, but if there's something that they really, really want and you can't right now maybe afford to get it. Maybe they want something for Christmas. Maybe they want some sort of game or toy or thing. And it's just out of your budget, right? You're like, golly, it sucks. I want to get it for them, but I just can't. I really think they could get, I need to figure this out. And if you've ever been there, you're like, man, I got to figure this out. And I'm sure, just so you know, I'm sure you're working right now, all the strategies, all the planning, all the ideas, all the concepts. What can I sell? Who can I get money from? Where can I make more money? What side hustle can I do? Who can I borrow from? What can we get rid of? What can we pawn? What can we sell? I mean, what can we do to get this money to buy this thing for this child? You see, the how becomes very apparent when your why is really strong. So what should you be thinking about? I want to go on that vacation. Maybe that's what you're saying. I want to go to Disney. Again, I always make fun of this, but I have a family, guys, that really wants to go to Disney every year. They've been saying it since I was a kid. Nobody ever plans it. Nobody ever saves for it. Nobody ever gets anything towards it because they don't make it serious. You got to be serious. What should you be thinking about? Serious things. Put a date on the calendar. Put a commitment on the thing. Get serious. What should you be thinking about? Things, places, goals, income, investments. You should be thinking about that. All right. What should you be thinking about? Did I do that twice? What shouldn't you be thinking about? Well, you shouldn't be thinking about the hows right now. You should be thinking about the how, the whys. You should be thinking so much about whys. You shouldn't be thinking about how. You shouldn't be thinking about things that are going to stop you. You shouldn't be thinking about the illness. You shouldn't be thinking about the limitations. You shouldn't be thinking about where you're at currently, because none of that matters. 2022 could be whatever you want it to be. It's a life by design, not by gift or by I don't know, whatever the opposite to design for you would be. Like, I am not here to dictate the course of your life. I'm here to support and guide and mentor you. You see, if somebody came to me and said, David, I want your help to get to XYZ. I want to get somewhere. I want to do something. There's no reason why I wouldn't want to help them if they're willing to help themselves. So I coach business owners, and just recently I started this new coaching program. And in the first kind of 5 minutes of that coaching program, the first thing that I told them was, hey, look, I'm here to make sure you're successful. No, let me state that back. I said, I'm here to support your success, but I'm not here to hold your hand. I'm not here to do the work. Your job is to get the work done. My job is to help you figure out what works. It needs to be done. You see that? Like, I'm giving you the tools. I'm giving you the training and the coaching. Now your job is to go out and use those tools, use that coaching, get that training, and go for it. My job is not to do the things for you. And that's where many people get confused. So they're like, how am I going to make more money? Like, my boss won't pay me anymore. Like, that's not my job. Your job is to figure out how you get your boss to pay you more. Your job is to find out how you get another job to get more money or do a side hustle. Your job is to get more skills so you can get paid more. That's your job. So the biggest opportunities come from the opportunities you turn down. So let me tell you what this means. See, I've learned that chasing a bunch of things is kind of crazy. It's like a squirrel chasing something, right? They could be chasing one thing and all of a sudden they see something else and they start chasing the other thing, and they're not really focused. You see, I've been lacking focus for a long time. I've been chasing so many opportunities. In the absence of a strategy, everything seems to be an opportunity. And I've been chasing opportunities so much lately, it is very saddening to me that I could have been so much further in my career, in my life, if I would have just focused on one or two things. And I could have had our companies, our team could have been better. It could have been stronger. Our incomes could have been higher. I could have paid more people. I could have had a bigger team. I could have developed more people. I could have done so many things. Could haves are such past tense stuff that I don't want to do anymore. But I'm here to tell you, when I learned this, when I figured out that opportunities come from opportunities you turn down, stop taking every single thing and saying it's an opportunity, and only focus on the things that are absolutely important and matter to you. Now, I've seen this happen in just the last few weeks, where I turned around and I said, look, I can't focus on 13 things. I need to focus on 1, 2, or 3. And these 3 things are going to take me, our business, our company, our team, the people that I love, my family, to the top. And that's how I work right now. I work on 2 or 3 things, and that's it. Any of you on here who have probably thought about 7 or 10 things they could be doing, I'm here to tell you, you can't do that anymore. You got to focus on 1 or 2, 3 things max, and really do good at them. I would say 1 thing for a while, but if you can't get rid of everything, you got to figure it out. So start thinking about things you can get out of your life, not the things that you can get in your life. Create a plan to avoid the excuses. So here's the thing to think about, right? I think the biggest hindrance from people achieving something is the lack of a plan or preparation. Plan and preparation probably will go hand in hand. So here's an example. Many times I get up in the morning and I'm going to the gym. I go to the gym at 5, so I usually leave my house around 4:30. And sometimes I'm running a little behind. Sometimes I'm a little late. I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I'm not going all the way here. I'm like, I'm just behind. And the reason I wake up later, or I snooze a little longer, and by the time I know it, it's literally 4:30 and I'm still not dressed and I'm not out the door. And that very much frustrates me. It frustrates the crap out of me. Like, it's one of those things that just pains me. You don't want to be in my way when that happens, because I'm just very annoyed with myself. Not with anybody. I'm not mad at anybody. I'm mad at me. Like, why did you sleep in? Why did you hit the snooze button? Why aren't you going? And I get in this mindset. And then I start to realize what I could have done the night before that would have made this a lot easier for me. And I think about, man, you could have put your BCAAs in a bottle and put it in the fridge last night. You could have made sure that you had your shoes real close to where you needed them. You should have had your watch probably in the bathroom when you're getting dressed, right? Your pre-workout could have been cut or put out. You could have probably had a snack to go with it right there instead of looking for something. You could have, you see, I start thinking about all the things that I should have done the night before. And I should have done it. I should have done it. I start thinking, man, I should have done this. I should have done that. I could have done this. I could have done that. And all of those things equal a lack of planning. If I would have planned better, I could wake up at any time I want. I can wake up whatever time I want because I made so much of a plan. I get the same way when I'm getting dressed. I don't know about you guys. When I get dressed, sometimes in the morning, I go to, and I'm like, man, what am I going to wear today? You ever been there? And you look in the closet and you're like, well, I could wear that, or I could wear that, or I could do this, I could do that. And then I waste time because I don't have a plan. And this is what'll happen. And then you get discouraged and you just say, I just wear whatever. Maybe I won't go to the gym. This is exactly why planning is so important. You have to have a plan in everything you do. In everything you do. You may think I'm crazy because I'm talking about little things, but these are things that you have to plan for. How do you plan on being successful in 2022? What do you plan on doing that's going to drive your success? What are you going to do? And I think that many of us think that, well, a plan is, well, I think I'm going to have this. I think I'm going to do that. Maybe we'll do it in June. Maybe we'll do it in October. Maybe, like it's a reference point, but never anything in stone. A plan says this is what we're going to do, and this is when we're going to do it. So take out a piece of paper and write down 2022. These are the goals I have. These are the timelines I have. This is when I'm going to do them. This is how much I need to make. This is what I need to do before then. Somebody told me once that they wanted to go travel abroad, and I asked them if they had a passport. They said no. I said, well, there's your first step. Can't travel abroad without a passport, right? Why would you even plan it if you're not thinking about it? First, commit. So think about all the excuses that are going to get in the way. You're going to say, I don't have this ready. I don't have that ready. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I hear this all the time. here's another one, because I love using the gym. It's not even because I love just working out. I do, but it's the one thing I know everybody needs to do. Why, should you plan to be fearful in 2022? Should you plan to be fearful? Because fear is a space where somebody lives when they believe that there is no solution, or that there is a place where bad things can happen to you. And scared is where many people live. And think about it this way, and I was joking about this morning. There's always going to be a virus today that's going to come after you. First it was the coronavirus, and that was going to kill you. And that one didn't attack kids. So then they had a new one, like another variant, whatever that was, that only goes after kids. And now they have this new one that's, I don't know, the Transformer one that's coming out, because it's got to be scarier. They got to get a scarier name. And the next one's going to be the Jurassic Park one that's going to come after your pets. And the next one's going to be after that one is going to come after all the trees and the plants. There's always going to be a virus that's going to scare you, right? So do you plan on that? Yeah. The way you plan for that is just be really healthy. Plan to be healthy. Plan to be healthy, and nothing can scare you. No virus can scare you. I'm very quiet about my opinion on this thing most days in public, and I don't plan on doing that anymore. I am 100% against a vaccine or a drug that I need to take. I mean, there is no better cure and better plan for any virus than good health. Nothing can beat that. So it's my plan. My plan is to be healthier in 2022, to drink less, eat better food, to drink more water and less carbonation, to take more vitamins and intake more vitamins through my food than I do with just pills, to become more active in my cardiovascular area than in my weight training, to develop and write these things down, guys. I'm writing them down, because I'm not here to tell you this is how you should live. I'm just sharing with you. This is a plan. Right? How many of you have a plan for 2022 to make it happen? So don't give yourself excuses by not having one. That's what happens to most people. So the last thing I'm going to add here, commit to you in 2022. That's such a good freaking statement, right? I think that's my slogan for 2022. Commit to you, building your own economy. And I say this with the most humblest heart I could give you. I would tell you that you are more important than anything else in the world. Your delivery to the world is really dependent on you. You cannot rely on anyone else to do anything for you. You can't rely on anybody to take care of you. You can't rely on anybody to work out for you. You can't rely on anybody to feed you. You can't rely on anybody to get the job done. It's all on you. It's all on you. Be self-reliant in 2022. Be self-motivated in 2022. Be confident in 2022. Stop allowing 2021 to tell you that you didn't do it good. Whatever's happened in the past is done. You can't change that. You can't drive a car in the rearview mirror, and you can't look back to drive. You have to focus on what 2022 could bring you and how you can commit to you. Stop letting your children, stop letting your family, stop letting your people around you distract you. Stop allowing them from stealing your opportunity, from stealing your attention, from keeping you from succeeding. Stop it. It is not your plan. It's theirs. Don't let them steal it. Don't let them steal it. So connect with me somehow, please. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, anything you can get from YouTube. We have these on. Get a copy of my book. Now I'm gonna minimize this and stop the sharing so we can talk for just a minute and I can see who's actually on here. Anybody getting something good out of this? Did I beat somebody up today? That's what I want to know. Did I beat somebody up and now you're like, man, crying in a corner? I hope I hurt your feelings, because somebody needed to hurt your feelings today. I'm looking to see who's on here. Any questions, comments, obscene gestures that you may be wanting to share with me? I see some good people on here. Any tears? People put this as tears. There you go. So here, I feel good. There you go. I know you do, sweetheart. So here's the last statement, okay? I'm not here to beat you up. I don't want to just beat you up and tell you what you should be doing and what you're not doing is right or what you are doing is wrong. what I want you to know is that everybody waits till New Year's to make a resolution. Resolutions are full of crap. I don't want you to make resolutions. I want you to make decisions. Resolutions mean that there's an opportunity for you to back out. A decision is something that you decided to do, and it will commit, and you've committed to doing it. It is like an investment. Once you give your money away to an investment strategy, it should now be fulfilled. You just let it go. I think about that every day. The investments that I make in me, the investments I make in my businesses, my teams, my family, opportunities. I think about that like so much. It may not be apparent because maybe I don't share it enough, but that's really what I'm thinking about. Like, how do I get this better? How do I grow this more? How do I help these people? How do I get them to a better place? How do I get me to a better place? All of these things run through my mind, but they all circle back to David. Like they all circle back to me, which is the same thing that I say every day. You got to build your own economy. You got to focus on you. You got to develop you. You got to create you. It's not selfish. It's not selfish. And what is selfish, honestly, is allowing somebody else to steal your time, your energy, your attention, your money, your opportunity. It is selfish. That is selfish of them. It literally is selfish of them for them to steal this from you. You can be a great parent and still make time for you. You can be a great husband or wife and still make time for you. You could be a good leader in an organization and still make time for you. You can still do it. It's not impossible. If somebody else can do it, you can do it. The difference between the people that you think can do it and you can't, they shared with the people around them their goals for 2022, their ambitions for 2022, their commitments for 2022, and their decisions for 2022. So I encourage you today. Hold on. My dog got really excited about me pumping you guys up. So if you haven't already made a decision, make that commitment today, your decision for 2022. If you guys have questions, need help, or want to plan, give me a call, shoot me a message, connect with me somehow. I really appreciate you guys. Wishing you nothing but a success today. Wish you health, wealth, success, but most importantly, freedom, guys. Thank you.